we followed up some transient objects that go into outburst, cataclysmic variables that suddenly get very bright, and for those we need rapid response follow-up on SAAO, and SAAO is ideal for that. So we've taken high-resolution spectra, for instance, of Nova Centaurus 2013. This was a nova that suddenly became very bright in the southern sky in December of 2013. You could see it with the naked eye, and so we've looked at it with SAAO, with a high-resolution spectrograph, to study the evolution of the dynamic outflow of the nova shell from this compact boundary. The nova shell occurs when a material gets secreted from the companion star onto the white dwarf, and at some point there's a thermonuclear runaway, and it blows off the material that's been accreted on the white dwarf. So that's been one example where we used SAAO successfully in rapid response to sort of see what the star was doing as the explosion went on in high resolution detail. The other particularly interesting object that we've looked at is a helium nova, where you've got again a white dwarf but now a helium star. It's the only one known in the galaxy that we observed to date. It was a nova in 2000, so about 15 years ago now. And its outflow looks very peculiar. It's a bipolar shell, and we had time on the Hubble Space Telescope to study the evolution of this helium nova and its particularly unusual shell. And at the time of the Hubble Space Telescope, we've used the Robert Stobie Spectrograph to take spectra to map the velocities of the line to match that to the on-sky expansion of the nova shell. So we've had two epochs of that 2 years apart, and the HST, the Hubble Space Telescope images, really reveal the inner shape of the nebula very nicely. And we've matched that with long slit spectra across the outflow. In this case, the velocities that we measure are thousands of kilometers per second. Still 15 years later after the outflow, we can measure the radial velocities of the material coming towards you and moving away from you. And we can match that to the angular expansion of the nova shell on the sky. And that's been very good.